Hey, Pokemon trainers. This is Josh. I wanted to basically try to give you guys an inside scoop on how this queuing system is maybe working internally or whatever with the Pokemon Center website. Just because I have unique experience in software development, so I feel like I can help people better understand where they are in the queue and stuff like that. Yeah, so if you're going to the Pokemon Center right now, there's this page that you're landing at that says, "Hey, there's a queuing system," and a lot of times when I land on a page like this or like other things on the web, I usually the first thing I do is inspect and kind of like poke around a little bit, right? So what they're doing is, they're using something called Incapsula, which is a queuing system slash anti-fraud bot kind of thing or whatever. And so what they're doing is they're basically calling out consistently to an endpoint that they have for this Incapsula resource. And each time they're getting back a response that shows whether that not you're pending in the queue or whatever. And then it gives you the position in the queue or your queue number. So yeah, currently on this example, it's up to what 2,073,000 or whatever people that are supposedly in the queue. And then it has this other value, TTW, which I'm assuming is time to wait. And the reason I think that is because it's going down linearly with the amount of time that you wait and also the position number that you're in. And these values they're not going to be super accurate. It's really hard to do estimates for stuff like this because bots and like other stuff or whatever, you'd have to have a lot of data to kind of understand like how people are actually using the site to give an accurate estimate. But essentially, they're sending back this information on each request. They say not to reload, so they actually have some code to do the reloading as well. But the funny thing is that there's a couple bugs in the code as well. So there's an interesting thing. They actually did a big no-no where they didn't minify their code, so you can actually look at their code as well. And so you can see there's an error here whenever it's getting the last status update and it's trying to update an object here. But it's throwing an error each time you get the status update or whatever, and because they're not null checking this unfortunately. But beside the point. So yeah, there's you can see the code, which is interesting. They're also checking for Internet Explorer or whatever up there, and but basically, essentially it's like making a request every time to kind of get your queue position and stuff or whatever. And it's also doing a few other things like anti-fraud and stuff or cheating. Like it's using fingerprint JS and probably other metrics to understand if you are, a bot, ideally. It is checking if you're reloading. So if you're reloading, it looks like it's trying to save your position in the queue, which is good. Yeah, so that's just a quick tidbit on how this queue stuff is working. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comments. All right, thanks.